record in March. What are your thoughts on him and as to how he plays?
He's a great player. As coaches, you just never really know. I don't think they tried to mislead you guys out there. I just think that you never really know till you get out there and you go to work and you put some of these guys through camp. And as I tell our guys all the time, we don't have preseason games. Like NFL's got 4 preseason games to kind of go figure it out. We don't have that. And we just got real bullets right out of the gate. And you go with guys that are experienced and been there. There's a lot of unknowns with freshmen. But I think that that young man has he probably responded in a way that they went, okay, we got something special here, and he was able to handle more and more as they went throughout the season. And young players, as they have a little success, that you see that confidence grow. You see that all the time. And he's a perfect example of that. He's special. I mean, he's 240 plus pound, bowling ball, man. He's hard to tackle. And it's not just him. They're going to play 3 guys, and all those guys, in my opinion, are outstanding backs, and they bring different things to the table. But he's a load for sure. They got something special, and that's what they want to do. They want to run football. You look at how they're built. You look at their offensive line. These guys are massive men, and they can move. So we got our hands full with that bunch.
Coach, since the last time we saw you having success against South Carolina, you've got new co-offensive coordinators, you've got a different quarterback under center. It's been nearly a month since you played. Are you at all concerned about rhythm and picking up where you left off? Do you think you're going to have to establish some things early on?
That's always part of the bowl season for everybody. It's no different for Oklahoma or anybody else. There's always that, transition, if you will, kind of getting back into that game mode because they haven't played for a while. But hopefully our practices have allowed us to keep them game ready the way we structure practices, and we mix in quite a bit of live work, especially back at Clemson, just to kind of create that game tempo, if you will. We'll adjust quickly. Again, we got an experienced football team, and it'll come down to the same things that it always does. But hopefully we'll be able to kind of get those jitters out of the way early and just settle in and play a good game.
Aaron Brenner from the Post-and-Courier. With this being Tony's first game up in the box and as a play caller, does it help at all just because it's also a good chance for the backs and receivers who are going to be here next year to get used to how he does things?
Yeah, and it's been, it's as I was saying the other day, I think that just the way it all worked out, this is really a blessing for us as a staff because it's allowed me to kind of transition and get things settled. Instead of after the bowl season having to deal with all that and then kind of bringing the staff together at the end of January when we get done with recruiting and going through all of our season cut-ups and review and what we did good, what we did bad, and having to kind of start over with a new guy, being able to get Streeter in place, who's our only new guy, and get him kind of going through that process of our terminology, and so when he does go through the cut-ups, he's that much further ahead. And will be, I think, more impactful in how we structure spring practice. But I think it's allowed us to just further that process and be a lot further along than we would be in spring ball. And we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited about Tony being up top. I think that's going to be a good situation for us. And he and Jeff will work great together. And they're excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. Be different not having Chad around. It might be a little calmer on the sideline between Chad and Brent. Man, I'm worn out after every game. So not having him down there might be a little bit different, but it's going to be fun. Really, really pleased with how the staff has come together over the last few weeks.
Coach Swinney, James Hale, Sports Talk under the ref in Norman. You mentioned Brent. Brent was a very popular coach at Oklahoma, and we certainly liked him in the media and things like that. What kind of impact has he had on your program since he's been with Clemson?
All we've done is get better. That's it. We've just gotten better. He's impacted us tremendously. It's been fun. Brent and I didn't really know each other. We knew of each other, but didn't really know each other. And You know, we had a change at defensive coordinator after the 2011 season, and he was just a guy that wanted to talk to, and we just had a phone conversation, which kind of turned into about a 3-hour phone conversation, and we just kind of connected, and it was like, all right, well, next step, we just got to come out here and just kind of see if it's a fit, and I think he just fell in love with the place when he came there, and it was the right timing for him. He has tremendous respect and love for Oklahoma. I mean, he really does. He loved his. He's 13 years there, but I think it was a great opportunity for him, a great opportunity for us as a program as well. And the thing that was really good about bringing Brent in is, you know, our backgrounds are very different. We have very similar values, but our backgrounds are very different. And I've always had great respect for Bill Snyder, and I've always had great respect for Coach Stoops. And so he kind of brought in another coaching tree, if you will. And it's just, you know, we're a group of guys. I don't have all the answers. We're a group of guys that really collectively work well together. And Brent was just a great addition from in every regard. You name it. So he's really helped us get better, and from a defensive standpoint, you know, you just look at the numbers. I mean, he took a young group, and now we're #1 defense in the nation. So really proud of the job that he's done. And if Brent was sitting here, the first thing he'd tell you is, you know, how great Coach Dan Brooks is, and Marion Hobby and Mike Reed. We've got a great defensive staff, and he'd also tell you that we got players that buy in. I mean, if you guys have been around Brent. He's a tough dude now. He's no nonsense. He's about his business, and he's high intensity all day, every day. And you know, he's a when it's time to work, let's work guy. And so, you know, players got to buy into that. And so that's he would tell you that. But I'm really proud of the great job that he's done. And again, this has been a different type of deal for him.